Hello, welcome to Best Craft Organizer. My name is Michelle and I'm here to chat with you today a little bit about your workflow and setting up stations in your space. I feel like one of the things that we're constantly challenged with is how to create a functional crafting experience. And what I love about Best Craft Organizer is our goal is to not only maximize your space and organize your supplies, but give you the ability to create workflows in your space, which includes setting up a craft station. So BCO came out with a product called the Die Cutting and Embossing Station. And what I love about this is it not only creates a storage solution for your die cutting and your embossing powders and things like that, it also creates a work surface area so you can have a station right where all those supplies are organized. You can kind of do in your normal work area, whether it's at a desk or our craft island, your assembly and your ink pads and stamping, things like that. But then you can come over to this die cutting station and have everything you need to go through that process of your creating. I'm going to walk you through how we have this set up. So a couple of fun things about is this die cutting and embossing station comes with everything you need for the storage. So it's going to have your drawers, your paper shelves, and I'll kind of explain the magnet cards with that, and a grid for your embossing powders. The only thing it doesn't come with is the die cutting machine. You got to have one of those yourself. And then this crate here is just something I wanted to show you because it's how I actually set mine up at home as well in my studio. But there are two heights to the die cutting and embossing station. We have a counter height and a bar height available. The counter height is what's in front of us, and then the bar height is going to be a little bit taller. That's what I have in my space. I'm about 5'8", and I feel like the bar height's a really good height for me where I'm not kind of hunched over hurting my back when I'm creating. And it's just a really good height for standing and crafting. But again, this is the counter height. And you're going to see a drawer configuration of single, double, a few triple drawers, but also paper shelves. And these paper shelves are kind of one of the keys that makes it a die cutting and embossing station specific to the die cutting. So what we've got here is when you're die cutting, you have dies that you use with stamp sets, and we kind of have solutions for organizing those together so you can quickly find what you need. But what about those dies that don't go with a stamp set? Your rectangle shapes, your circles, your labels, things that you'll use on almost every card. Well, we've got a spot for that now. So how we're organizing those is on paper shelves and 12 by 12 magnet cards. So on this magnet card, which I have in a paper sleeve as well, because there's two magnet cards in here, I have all of my rectangle, stacklet shapes, things like that I use on almost every card. I mean, I swear guys, I think I used my stitch rectangles pretty much on every design I do just because I loved the stitching. But I have those types of dies on my 12 by 12 magnet cards. So this is going to be like a rectangle shape. I'm going to slide this back in here. And then I have some labels, my circles and my hearts on another one. Again, shape dies, ones that aren't specifically going with a stamp, but I use in layering those cards. And you could do sentiments and things like that if you wanted to here as well. I've kind of just stuck with shapes, but it gives you the ability to organize those where you can quickly see them, pull them out, use them on your machine, and quickly put them back, helping you stay more organized while you create. So I'm going to put this back in here. Another part of this is when you're needing to put your die cutting plates away or organize them. I always find it hard to organize die cutting plates. I felt like I was always losing them or putting them in an awkward drawer. Well, with our single drawers, the die cutting plates fit great. So I have them just here in this top drawer. I can pull them out and I'm pretty much ready to go after just opening my machine and grabbing my dies. So again, a very efficient process for die cutting. You can also store some of your tools in here that you use just to kind of push out the little pieces, those delicate dies, things like that. But it keeps that process really organized and efficient for your workflow. I'm going to actually put these die cutting plates back in this top drawer here. And then in addition to that, You also can do your embossing here. So again, it kind of takes you away from that assembly area and gives you a station specifically for those two things. So we have a grid that comes with this. So you are going to get all of these magnet cards and paper sleeves that actually comes with the die cutting and embossing station. So that's part of the package, the bundle. And then you'll also get a grid for organizing your embossing powders. So I have all of my embossing powders in here, and we'll kind of show that. So you just grab out what you need. And then we have a I have my stamp platform organized in here, as well as my embossing ink with it. Normally I have all my ink pads in my carousels, but because it's an embossing ink pad, I keep it in this area, and I'm pretty much ready to go again. The other part of this that's fun is this cabinet is very similar to a double storage cabinet, but another thing that makes it different is the tabletop is larger, and that's to give you a little bit more work surface area, but it also provides a little bit of an overhang here. And guess what? There's a hook on the side that you can add, and you have your heat gun. So everything right there again, easy to access. You don't have to dig out that heat gun, pull it out of a drawer, figure out where it is. It's already hanging in the right spot, and when you're done, you just go back there and you hang it back up. So a station that kind of keeps those two supplies easy to access, maximizes your space because it is a fairly small footprint, and then also keeps that workflow going so you have stations, so you're more efficient during your crafting. So let us know if you have any questions, but we're super excited about this product. We think you guys will love it in your space. So have fun and unleash your creativity.